Hey, drummer friends, Adam Wolf here. Um, I'm prepping a snare drum for a recording session tomorrow, and I just ran across a problem that I see a lot of people like post about, and people are always asking like, what should I use? Should I use a drum dial? Should I not use a drum dial? Should I just use my ears? Let me show you one of my favorite non-tuning issues that can be diagnosed with a drum dial. This is a Noble and Cooley snare drum that I have. Really nice little drum. It's a solid maple shell, like a one-ply maple shell with these also solid one-piece rings. Really, really great drum. Kind of a weird size. It's 3.5 by 14. Not a very common size for me to use. Me or probably just about anybody these days, I imagine. So I put my snare drum, my new snare side head on, and I'm trying to get it like even before I start tuning, right? So let's go around and we'll look at the what the drum dial is telling us. My little quick little drum dial tutorial. Here's what you do. Take your drum dial, you set it on the drum head. You want to set it inside the bearing edge here. Not like touching all the way against the metal and not like way inside like this, but like right here. So it's like as close to, you know, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak here, your bearing edge, as you can get. Set it down and kind of like wiggle it back and forth a little bit, you know, just to get it like centered and whatever. So cool. So look at this side, this lug here, coming in a little under a 70. I got this lug here a little over a 70. You can see that. Kind of our 12 o'clock position here. Again, a little like under a 70. Again, here a little under a 70. Now we're on our snare bed again, a lot over a 70. Like a little, kind of a good bit over a 70. Come over here and we got a little under a 70. Ooh, 75. Way, way high. Got another 70. Got another 70, this one nearest to me. And back at our snare bed on this side, another really high one, a 75. So there was another one, which was the other like sort of highish one over here. I think it was this one. I don't know, there's one that was also coming in a little hot. Anyway, so most of them are at about a 70, except some of them are being like really, really high at like a 75. So let's take this one to start. This one at our kind of like 5-ish o'clock position here. This is coming in at 75. So what that would mean is, theoretically, this lug it's too tight, right? It's been turned too many times. So let's take a look here. And I'll take my drum key and start backing it out. As soon as I do that, it's hard to see, but as soon as I get from like here, where I started, to about here, no more tension on this tension rod right here. You can actually like see like, you know, if I just do here, like I can't wiggle it. If I back it out just half a turn, now it wiggles. I don't know if you can see that. This is very, very, very subtle here. But this tension rod right now, as loose as it is, see, I mean, this is like way, way not even kind of like making any tension, any contact right there. So that means this is like really, really loose. This right here. Sorry, I'm trying to be cameraman and do all this at the same time. Now that I've loosened this entirely and that lug is putting no pressure on the drum head right there, let's see what it's reading. It's still reading like a 75. That's not good. That means, looking at the hoop from back here, that means this hoop is traveling along like this, and then it goes like a big like downward spot right there, okay? That means that hoop is bent. Like that's actually what I would term a low spot in that hoop, okay? So, again, here we're still looking here, so that lug is still about a 70, that one to its right, this one to its left about a 70, this one 75. That's a bad sign, okay? That means no matter what I do to this, I'm never going to get completely equal tension all the way around this drum with this hoop, okay? Because there's a low spot there. Where was our other one? Let's see if it holds true again. This was our other one, kind of right next to the throw off here. That's coming in, once we get it settled down there, right around a 75 again. This spot's slightly tricky because our snare bed is right here. But let's take a look at this one. That's a low under a 70, which makes sense because the snare bed is going to be a depression spot anyway. Let's take a look at this one. Also a 70. 75. Take our drum dial off the drum. Let's try backing this out. Right there, again, half a turn, and I'm at like now like no tension on this at all. Like it's just totally like completely loose here. I can like turn it with my fingers, like no problem. So again, that means the exact same thing is going on. That means this spot, same deal. We're going along, and then boom, it's like a low like divot hoop right here. And it's not even like, you know, on opposite spots of the drum. There's this one at my kind of like 5 o'clock-ish position, and this one over here around like 7, 8 o'clock or something. So that's not a good sign for this hoop. That means this hoop has been damaged. So as you can tell from that, obviously I have a snare drum hoop that is a little bit bent and is not mechanically sound anymore. It's got a couple big low spots in it. no matter what I do, those lugs are never going to tune down to match their adjacent lugs nearby or across the drum or whatever. So the drum dial helped me to figure that out quickly. I didn't have to waste a ton of time with my ears by trying to figure out like, oh, well, I moved this one, but then that one moved, and then whatever. It didn't have to do any of that. I just used this, and very quickly I was able to diagnose like, oh, this is a mechanical problem. So I can either deal with it if I'm on a gig and just like try to get the best sound that I can. I'm here at my studio right now. I can grab another hoop and put that on instead. But I know what the problem is, and I was able to figure it out because of the drum dial. This is a very useful thing for those of us who have to play on house kits, I find. If you're a drummer and you have to play in a house kit, like at a recording studio, if you can't bring your own drums for some reason, or if you have, you're going to a club and you have to play on their drums, that can be really useful. Some of the drums, like especially here in New York, you know, they've been in these clubs for a long, long time. They're not always real taken care of. So you can use the drum dial, bring it to your gig, because you show up to sound check a little early because you're a pro and you want to make sure you sound cool. And you're going to check out the drums, and you're going to be able to get it as close as you're going to get it by using the drum dial. And then you can use your ears to fine tune and really actually bring your sound into where you want it to be. That's one of the main reasons why I like having a drum dial on me. And it's not a thing a lot of people talk about sometimes, but I find it's a really useful device for this exact purpose. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.